Okay, so these are the things I think I need. Two things. They're actually somewhat related, but different enough to call it two things. First of all, I need to focus on understanding Kevin. My journey up to this point has been mostly gathering information, studying religious texts, reading books, listening to what other people have to say about their experiences. This is a very important part of spiritual growth, and I believe that it's difficult to get very far without that. It it can be done because everything is within you. It's just easier to get at what is within you by gathering information to understand how to do that. Um, Trying to understand Kevin has always been a part of my spiritual journey. It just hasn't been a real focus. The real focus has been the gathering of the information and the understanding through other people's experience. So my meditations mostly will be focused on quieting the mind, going into myself and searching. I have a meditation that I do that is very likely to accelerate that exploration. I like to meditate in front of a mirror with my eyes open, looking at myself. One of the main reasons why I want to understand Kevin a little better is, how can I expect to understand the true nature of the universe? How can I expect to understand what the true nature of reality is? How can I expect to understand something like God when I don't fully understand what this is? Scientists can explain a lot about how my body and brain works. I understand a lot about how the neural pathways work in the brain and how memory is formed and how this thing works. The problem I'm running into is that science isn't giving me the answers I want. While it can explain certain things that have been discovered about how the brain works and how the body works, it doesn't explain to me what is a thought. It doesn't explain to me what is imagination. It doesn't explain to me what is consciousness. And that leads me to the second thing that I think I need. And I think I will acquire this need through understanding Kevin a little better. And that is to understand consciousness, to understand my own consciousness. I believe that there are levels of consciousness. Everything from the subconscious to the conscious to the superconscious. Where I am most of the time is right here in the middle. I've been able to touch and understand a little bit about the subconscious, and I've been able to understand a little bit about the superconscious. But what I find is that I'm on a slider. Most of the time I'm right here in the middle, where most of us are, in our day-to-day awareness. I want to eliminate this slider. I want to be, at all times, aware of more. Much like the expanding of my little bubble of awareness. Thank you, Jeff, for that little inspiration. I want to eliminate the slider and turn it into an expanding bubble so that at all times I am aware of more of my consciousness. I believe that the inner search that I plan to put more focus on will help me to achieve that. My goal is to become aware of more of my consciousness at all times. I don't want to be moving back and forth. I want at all times that I am awake, at all times I'm alert, to be aware of more. I'm going to expand that bubble.